respectable 56 points in Game Week 5 has earned a rise up to 1.5 million. It was a reasonable performance from the back four, with a rare goal from Nico Williams at Turf Moor, and defensive contribution points for Richards and Esteve. But leaving Reinders on the bench still stings. Bruno Fernandes scored his 100th goal for Man United to open the scoring against Chelsea, capitalising on an early Robert Sanchez red card. The Portuguese playmaker racked up a match-leading 0.8 expected goal involvements from 3 shots and 1 key pass. It was another frustrating outing for Florian Wirtz, left on the bench against Everton. He had the chance to seal the win after coming on, only to be denied by a last-ditch Tarkowski tackle. Jared Bowen bagged his second goal of the campaign when Juice Corner found him unmarked at the near post, but it was yet more disappointment from Ollie Watkins, who failed to register a shot against 10-man Sunderland. His best chance came right at the death, when he couldn't quite latch onto a brilliant Jadon Sancho cross. So let's look ahead to the transfer plans for Game Week 6, where I had 3 free transfers at my disposal. Fantasy Football Hub's AI recommended selling Bowen and Salah to Haaland and Semenyo for starters, and also suggested a third move to swap Wirtz to Iliman NGI. You can get personalised AI transfers for your FPL team with 50% off, using the link in the description. I'm in agreement with the algorithm on Salah to Semenyo. That feels like a no-brainer after the Bournemouth talisman's explosive start to the season, and given that Haaland will become my primary captain option in the coming weeks. But it's Ollie Watkins who's made way rather than Jared Bowen. Ultimately, the West Ham talisman has shown more signs of life, and I'm at my wit's end with Aston Villa. Price changes were also a factor, with Watkins looking set for another drop before the deadline, which would have priced me out of a move for Gyökeres in Game Week 7. I had hoped to give Nico Williams one more game before switching to Gabriel, but again, price changes have forced my hand. I see the Brazilian as Arsenal's most secure defender, and I want him in place for meetings with West Ham, Burnley and Sunderland in the next 6 game weeks. So that was my third and final transfer, which means Florian Wirtz lives to fight another day. For me, selling him was a lower priority than the other 3 moves, since I can bench him for Dewsbury Hall at home to West Ham in Game Week 6. I'm also not overly convinced by the replacement options at his price or lower. There's NGI, Kudus, maybe a punt on Javi, but I'm not sure they're massive improvements on Dewsbury Hall. So I've hit confirm on 3 transfers: Watkins, Salah and Nico Williams to Haaland, Semenyo and Gabriel. And here's how the team is set to line up. It's a return to the 11 for Matt Sells ahead of a visit from Sunderland. The promoted side have made a competitive start, but they're yet to score away from home, and only Wolves have generated fewer expected goals on the road. Joining new recruit Gabriel will be Chris Richards, who I'm hoping can pick up defensive contribution points for a 3rd time in 4 matches. We saw Burnley frustrate Liverpool a couple of weeks ago, and Crystal Palace have the potential to do the same. They sit level with Arsenal for the fewest goals conceded so far, with 2. Pedro Porro is yet to register an assist this season, despite leading defenders with 9 key passes. The Spaniard is up against a Wolves outfit that sit bottom of the table after 5 straight defeats. Only Aston Villa have scored fewer goals. Averaging 5.2 points per game, Bruno Fernandes has carved out a leading 15 key passes this season, and trails only Semenyo and Mbeumo for shots among midfielders. Brentford have shipped 10 goals so far, with only Wolves and West Ham allowing more. It looks like a good time to bring Kiernan Dewsbury Hall into the 11, with the Hammers having conceded a league-high 13 goals. He trails only Grealish for expected assists in the opening 5 game weeks among all players, with 11 key passes and 3 big chances created. After 3 successive blanks, Tijani Reinders delivered big against Arsenal with an assist, defensive contributions and bonus. Man City now face a Burnley side that have conceded 11 big chances this season, with only Forest and West Ham allowing more. In the last 4 game weeks, Jared Bowen's 22 points ranks 3rd among forwards, behind Haaland and Joao Pedro. Only the Man City striker can improve on his 5 shots on target. Everton's defence is yet to be breached at home, but they rank 15th for expected goals conceded in the opening 5 game weeks. Joao Pedro was hindered by the early red card for Sanchez at Old Trafford, but remains second to Haaland for points among forwards. Brighton have allowed 6.1 expected goals in the past 4 game weeks, with only Forest, West Ham, Villa and Burnley faring worse. Erling Haaland will certainly take the armband at home to Burnley, but the big question is whether or not to use the triple captainship on him. There are some minor fitness concerns after he was taken off on 76 minutes against Arsenal with complaints of back pain, but I'm not overly worried about that as it stands. I think in part that could be Guardiola deflecting after Man City went on to concede a late goal. I'm still fully expecting Haaland to be ready to start at the weekend. The extra chips this season force us to be a bit more liberal with these decisions, and it's hard to imagine a player being in better form. He's racked up 6.2 non-penalty expected goals this season, which is higher than 14 teams, and the next best player is Everton forward Beto with 2.1. Burnley have shown they can be tough to break down at Turf Moor, but on the road they've shipped 6 goals in 2 matches, with a league-high 5.9 XG conceded. So I am planning to use the triple captainship as things stand. This team comes in at 95% on Fantasy Football Hub's team rating tool. You can check out your own team's score for free via the link in the description. Sign up now to get 50% off and your money back if you don't win your mini league. T&Cs apply. Click the link below to take advantage. All the data included in this video is available on the Hub Opta Stats tool.